Views, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day's going well for you, wherever you might be. Not all that bad of a day out there, quite mild overnight, and temperatures working their way pretty close to 30 degrees, if not actually hitting it, which we are right now at Radio Center. 28 degrees at the airport, 30 here at Radio Center, 29 in downtown Bay City, 30 degrees over in downtown Midland. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies with a light breeze, south-southwest, right around 6 miles per hour. 76% is our humidity, 30.07, and dropping off just a little bit is the barometric pressure. We have a low pressure system moving across the Upper Peninsula right now, and it's pushing some snow. If you take a look up the I-75 corridor, that's what you're looking at starting, I want to say just before the junction of 127 and I-75, and it runs all the way up to the bridge. In some spots where you would expect the snow to be a little heavier, it is. The Grayling Gaylord area having some heavy snows right now. A lot of it is tapering off, but then we take a look back to the west central part of the Lower Peninsula, and we're seeing some snow showers, snow flurry activity moving off of Lake Michigan and heading in our direction. So as we move through the remainder of the day today, we are going to be looking at mostly cloudy skies, but we'll have a little bit of light snow. As far as the weekend is concerned, we started off downright cold, temperatures below zero. Some of the coldest readings that we had seen so far here for the winter. But as we move through the day on Saturday, temperatures tried to warm up a little bit. Then on Sunday, we saw a gradual warm up of those temperatures once again. We finally did make it up to the freezing mark on Sunday afternoon, dropped down to the middle teens. Quite frankly, that's average for this time of the year. So Sunday was about as close to average as what we have been seeing lately. Normally 30 is our high, 16 is our low. And out at the airport yesterday, 32 was our high and 15 was our low. So finally got out of that cold streak for weekends that we've been experiencing all the way along. What are we looking at for the next few days? Temperatures are going to be a whole lot closer to average, if not just a little bit above. Today's projected high is going to be about 31. Our low tonight should be right around 15. Again, that's average. Tomorrow, 32 is going to be our high. We could actually see a little bit of sun as we go through the day tomorrow. Low tomorrow night is going to be quite mild, about 10 degrees above normal. 25 is what we're going to be looking at for a low tomorrow night. Then moving into the day on Wednesday, Clipper system crossing over the Upper Peninsula is going to draft some warmer air up in our direction. On Wednesday, we'll make our way up to about 36, 37 degrees. There is going to be some light snow, maybe even a little bit of drizzle during the day on Wednesday. We'll drop down to 23 for a low on Wednesday night. Then during the day on Thursday, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies, 26 for a high, 22 for a low on Thursday night. And after midnight, the snow machine is going to kick in again, because on Friday, we are going to be looking at a pretty good chance of snow. And we could possibly see a little bit of freezing rain mixed in. Temperatures on Friday will be in the mid to upper 30s for a while. And then on Friday night, once the system moves through, we're going to be looking at pretty much precipitation free for Friday night, 16 for a low. Then on Saturday, here we go again. Clouds, maybe a break in the clouds and some sun. We are going to be looking at a temperature of about 22 for a high on Saturday, 3 for a low on Saturday night. Then we'll warm up, 32, 33 degrees with partly cloudy skies on Sunday. So the upcoming weekend right now, the forecast is going to make that weekend very similar to what we saw just a couple of days ago, Saturday and Sunday. Long range outlook to take us all the way through the 20th of the month, starting, I want to say with the upcoming weekend on Saturday, maybe even possibly Friday. We are going to be looking at below average temperatures to take us all the way through that period of the 20th, slightly above average as far as the moisture is concerned. Record high in this state is 49. That was set back in 2009. The record low, 7 below zero, set in 1934. A year ago, it was cold and it was snowy. 16 was our high. 2 below zero was our low a year ago this coming evening. And we did pick up right around an inch of snow, about 4/100ths water equivalent. But we were still running well behind where we are this year when it comes to total snow depth for the snow season. We only had about 17.5 inches in the gauge out at MBS International Airport. That compares this year to 26.3. And again, that's out at the airport. We do have a number of locations that have had quite a bit more snow than what the airport has been reporting so far this year. So, in a nutshell, milder temperatures as we move through the work week this week. But as we approach the weekend, once again, we're going to take a little bit of a nosedive with those temperatures. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Cody Harris standing by over at Star of the West. We'll be talking to him in just a moment. But we want to remind you, the weather forecast brought to you today by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the Corn Marketing Board of Michigan, who wants to remind you that beginning tomorrow and going all the way through the first day of spring, it's Coffee with Corn. Coming up tomorrow, beginning at 8 o'clock, they're going to be talking about fertilizer. What will I have to pay for fertilizer, and will I get it? Josh Linville with StoneX is going to be a part of the program tomorrow. Again, we kick everything off just before 8 o'clock. It's a Zoom meeting, but it's also going to be on Farm Service Facebook, as well as a couple other Facebooks too. So mark that down. Coffee with Corn. Incidentally, on February the 15th, they're going to be talking about our crop protection products and what alternatives do we have for that. On February the 22nd, we're going to be talking about the global market out there. In March, farm transportation and trucking regulations. March the 15th, tar spot. And then March the 22nd, Eric Snodgrass will be a part of our Coffee with Corn. He'll be talking about the weather risk in ag. And I know if he doesn't plan on presenting, I know he's going to get a lot of questions about what the growing season is going to look like this year here in Michigan. Again, backed by popular demand, Coffee with Corn. So be sure and join us, be a part of it. Everything kicks off, like I said, about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Let's slide over to Star of the West right now, where Cody Harris is joining us this morning. All right, Cody, I'm holding my breath. What are we doing?
Well, good morning, Terry. Well, you don't have to hold your breath this morning. We got a really good morning here in the markets. All markets are in green, up actually really big here this morning. Got a couple factors that are playing into that. We got a USA report coming out this Wednesday. Got a couple of the big funds starting their roll out of the March futures, so it seems like that's adding a little jolt. And then You pull in the Russia and Ukraine situation in addition to some kind of questionable South American weather, and you got a good Monday. So, I mean, looking at everything the way it sits right now, we got cash wheat. That's up 7 here this morning, 740 on the white, 705 on the red. New crop wheat's up 9 at 766 on the white, 706 on the red. Looking over at cash corn, that's up 13 at 584. New crop corn is up 7 at 526. And the big move were soybeans. Cash soybeans are up 31 at 1525, and new crop soybeans are up 26 at 1357.
This is really something. 31 cents so far?
Oh yeah, that's the coming in here this morning. Maybe thought soybeans would have a little bit of jump higher here today with everything kind of going on this week, but we definitely kind of got a little bullish surprise this morning in the soybean market. There's a 7% jump right now in March soybean prices on the Dalian exchange in China, as Chinese businesses return from the holiday. And I did a little math, and that's the equivalent of about $20.65 a bushel in China. That's the highest in 9 years over there. So that's kind of a strong sign. More purchases for U.S. beans will be needed here in the future. So that, in addition to, we got some wet forecasts in the northern part of Brazil, which are, they're trying to work through some harvest. And then in the southern part of Argentina, they're extremely dry, so that's limiting some soy production out of there. Kind of all them factors combined, Terry, is definitely a good storm, I guess, for our growers here in the U.S. today.
Boy, I guess. So, for all those guys that contracted soybeans over the past couple of weeks, is this going to make them contract a little bit more?
Well, it's definitely, if you have some availability of your marketing, it's definitely something to look into. We're looking at definitely historic prices for this time of year. But kind of, if they talk to their marketer and are doing their marketing plan correctly, that should leave them with some opportunities to do some more marketing as we push into the year. I mean, we're still early here. We don't have any beans in the ground. Long ways to go. We're still not getting all the harvest reports out of South America. So, if it works for you on your balance sheet, these growers are definitely going to try to contract some more. As these prices definitely seem profitable right now, Terry.
Boy, they sure do. Cody Harris, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. Have a good one, all righty?
You as well, Terry. Appreciate it.
Will do. A little bit more as far as what the markets are doing. Over to Oppenheimer with Doug Klein we go. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. They are the Great Lakes Bay Area certified ag dealer. You can make a new Ram commercial truck a part of your everyday use for family, farm, and business today by working with the folks where family and service sells cars. That's Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth. And by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of local farmers for well over 125 years. A couple locations in Bay City, also Cass City, Caseville, Pigeon, and Bad Axe. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. All right, Doug, what's shaking?
Well, the grains are the talk of the town right now, up 1.25% to 2%. Saw a new high on December corn and March soybeans and July soybeans. Crude oil did not hit a new high today, so that's down about 1%. Natural gas getting pounded today, down about 8.5%. Of course, I guess that's just a normal day for natural gas. Silver's got a little bit of action today, up about 2%, 2.2. And Treasuries yield hit a 2-year high today, which is kind of interesting. They haven't even raised interest rates yet. I mean, that's coming next month. So they're already kind of reacting to whatever's going on there as far as the bond market goes. So that bears watching. So here's your numbers. The March corn is 635 3/4, up 15 1/4. December corn is 581 1/2, up 7 3/4. March soybeans 1584, up 30 1/2. July soybeans 1581 3/4. That's up 28 1/4. March wheat is 771, up 7 3/4, and December wheat is 778 1/4, up 10 3/4. Crude oil is 91.19, it's down $1.12. Heating oil 286.38, that's down 1.1 cents. Gasoline is unchanged, 267.77. Natural gas 417 1/2, that's down 40 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.2671 at the border. That's off 73 ticks. The yen is at 115.06, up off 14 ticks. Euro is at 114.35. That's down 11 ticks. The dollar's at 95.43. That's down 5.5 ticks. Gold's at 18.18, up $11.40. Silver's at 22.95, up 47.5 cents. Platinum's at 10, 15, 20. It's down $9.
Kind of a snoozer there.
For platinum, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. You take care, Doug.
Thanks. Yep. You too.
Thank you. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Wiki Crop. You can farm with confidence this year, Mr. Farmer. Confident in knowing that Wiki Crop insurance is available when you need them. Now, are you a recipient of the FSA WIP Plus program? Remember, as a condition of payment eligibility, you do need to obtain crop insurance on your crop paid under WIP Plus. So now's the time to contact Kyle and get all the details at 989-284-9975 or visit wikicrop.com. Remember, the deadline for crop insurance is going to come really fast, so contact Kyle today. Farm Service also brought to you today by the folks at Kryzak's House Family Restaurant. 989-894-5531 is the number if you have to supply the food for an event coming up. Kryzak's House, great place to dine in as well. Corner of Cass in Michigan on Bay City's south side. We say good morning to Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, I see some folks got a little bit of things done over the weekend, but it was still pretty chilly out there.
Yeah, it has been. Sunday wasn't too bad. I got out a little bit and got a little extra shoveling done that I hadn't kept up with. So it actually shoveled quite well. But Terry, right now I want to mention to the listeners that, we talk about not trimming oak and elm except during a dormant season. Well, clearly it's pretty dormant right now. So now you could be trimming if necessary. And so particularly the big trees in your yards that happen to be oak or elm, you might want to look into having a tree trimmer come and look at it. Not a lot of snow on the ground. It might be kind of cold for them now, but maybe in a couple of weeks we might get a little bit warmer. The ground's still frozen. They can drive around on your grass, not do any damage, and trim those very large trees. Even though they're big in stature, still to prune them is good. You can take out all that deadwood that falls out periodically and get it all done once, and they take it with them and it's gone. So look at having your large trees trimmed, again, particularly oak and elm during this dormant period.
Good advice. Jerry, thank you. Talk to you again.
Yes, sir.
All right. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. A couple of things coming up you should be aware of. First of all, we are going to be over at the Saginaw Valley Research and Extension Center on Wednesday. The Michigan Soybean Committee is leading a cooperative effort to conduct 3 regional meetings in February to let crop producers know about herbicide shortages and provide strategies for managing weeds in 2022. Again, the last of those meetings is going to be this coming Wednesday. We're going to be broadcasting from there. Compliments of the folks at Dodd Morris Seeds. So mark that down. Eric Sawaski joining me right now over at Yo and Yo. Eric, let's talk a little bit about gift tax today.
Yeah, hello, Terry. We do have some changes with gift tax exemptions for the year. I just wanted to kind of go over the power of those options, that exemption that exists. So for 2022, you can give a gift of cash, investments, land, LLC shares in your business, any asset. You can give a gift of up to $16,000 per person with no reporting, no tax, no consequences whatsoever when it comes to the IRS. So $16,000 per person means as a couple, you could donate or gift, $32,000 per person. So in the case of, say, a family with 3 kids and 4 grandkids, that's almost $225,000 that you could gift to those individuals without even having to report that. So this is a good tool if you have assets, gifts that you're trying to pass on to others. But it's also a great tool if you have ownership in a small business, an LLC, especially right now when we have large estate tax exemptions. Those gifts aren't even reportable up to $32,000 per couple. If you did give a gift that exceeded that $16,000 per person, there would be reporting requirement, a gift tax return that has to be filed. But even still, we're not talking any actual tax on that gift, just a reporting requirement, up to the current $12,060,000 lifetime estate tax exemption amount. So it really just, as you give those gifts, if that exceeds the $16,000 per year, you're just reducing the amount that is exempt when you finally have an estate someday to be settled. So just keep that in mind. That's a great opportunity, especially for those grandparents that are looking to move, make gifts to grandkids or to their children. But really even business owners that are looking at transition of a farm or a small business, it can be really a powerful tool. So a good thing to take a look at in 2022 as those amounts have gone up again this year.
Kind of makes you want to be a kid all over again, doesn't it, Eric?
No kidding, Terry.
Wow. Take care. For more information, how do we get a hold of you?
You can reach me at 793-9830 or go online to www.yoandyo.com.
Eric Sawatsky, thank you so much. We'll be right back, but first this. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Silverleaf Crop Insurance. Hey, if you're not happy with your current crop insurance agent, look for experience. Look to farmers who know what they would want for their farming operation. Silverleaf Crop Insurance is just that. Quality service, insurance tailored to your farm by a farmer, plus they offer input financing for eligible farmers, which is one less thing to worry about this year. Utilize the expertise of Silverleaf Crop Insurance this season. Visit silverleafcrop.com. Michigan Sugar Company grower meetings coming up tomorrow over in Shepherd. That starts right around 9:30 in the morning. Back at 12:30 with an update here. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios.
This is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Kathan. Diplomatic moves today in the Ukraine crisis. French President Macron met with Russia's Vladimir Putin, and later CBS's Stephen Portnoy says there will be talks at the White House.
The new German chancellor stands alongside the American president today to demonstrate a united front. For years, Germany has been counting on a Russian natural gas pipeline to reduce its reliance on coal. Republicans have urged the president to block Nord Stream 2's construction. Now is one example of the consequences Russia would face if it begins an invasion of Ukraine. The White House says the pipeline will not move forward if Putin's forces cross the border.
The CDC is poised to recommend a fourth vaccine shot for at-risk people 3 months after the previous one. New Jersey is moving to eliminate a COVID mask mandate in schools.
This mother of a middle schooler in Teaneck, New Jersey, says it's time.
My kids are fully vaccinated. They've had COVID, and I understand why it was done, but we have to also move on.
But this woman says she'd rather see the mask mandate remain in place.
Maybe I'm a little biased. I work at the medical examiner's office.
While the lifting of the mandate will be statewide, the governor will leave the final decision up to individual school districts. Marla Diamond for CBS News, Paramus, New Jersey.
A White House review found credible evidence the administration's top science advisor, Dr. Eric Lander, violated respectful workplace policies, but he'll stay on after counseling. CBS's Scott McFarlane has more on the extraordinary run-up to the trial later on this month of a Texas man for his alleged role in the Capitol attack.
They have this fire hose of evidence, 23,000 video files, tens of thousands of hours of surveillance video and social media videos. They have 250,000 tips, phone devices. They have so much.
At the Olympics, a day of disappointment for top American skier Michaela Schifrin and many others on Team USA. Gold medals remain elusive.
The lone medal for the U.S. here in Beijing today came in the team figure skating event. The U.S. earned a silver. The next event in figure skating is the men's individual competition. And in that event, American Nathan Chen, the current world champion, is the favorite to win gold. However, right now it's unclear if the U.S.'s number 2 male skater will also take part. Vincent Cho has tested positive for COVID-19. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the Winter Olympics in Beijing.
The Canadian and Russian women's hockey teams wore masks in their game today because Russian COVID test results weren't processed in time. Canada won it 6-1. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 15 points. This is CBS News.
Rocket Mortgage is giving away 2 $500,000 prizes during Super Bowl 56 that could be used to buy your dream home. See rules and enter for free today at rocketmortgagesquares.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
It's 30 degrees at 12:03. Good afternoon. I'm Ann Williams.